Heads of the Commission on the National Defense Strategy told the Senate Armed Services Committee that the United States is nowhere near prepared for the dangerous multi-threat environment it's facing.
The public has no idea how great the threats are.
Commission Chairman Representative Jane Harman and Vice Chair Ambassador Eric Edelman issued a dire warning to the committee Tuesday.
The homeland, if there's a conflict, is not going to be a sanctuary anymore, and the first attacks will likely be in the cyber domain, and they will be incredibly disabling.
The public is essentially clueless about the massive cyber attacks that could be launched any day by our adversaries, not just nation states, but rogue actors as well.
The report warns a cyber war with China or Russia would be devastating. America's critical infrastructure would come under attack, possibly cutting off power, water, transportation, and financial systems, and shutting down the supply chain. The report states major war would affect the life of every American in ways we can only begin to imagine. The report echoes a warning FBI Director Christopher Wray gave Congress.
China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to American citizens and communities if and when China decides the time has come to strike.
One of the things we might anticipate, for example, is if China decides to annex Taiwan, or whatever euphemism they might use, they might engage in a major cyber attack here first, for which we are underprepared.
The Commission found the U.S. defense sector lacking in almost every area, including integrated weapons technology, platforms, and software. With recruitment levels for all branches lagging, America needs a larger fighting force, and the hearing discussed lowering physical standards for recruits and even instituting a draft.
We found that the joint force is at the breaking point of maintaining readiness today. Adding more burden without adding resources to rebuild readiness will cause it to break.
And with so many cyber threats, the Commission also said the Pentagon must find a way to somehow lure the best and brightest computer minds away from Silicon Valley and into national service. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Hey, shalom, shalom. All praises,
on American
all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Ishbel Chnak, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. And you just saw the video. See what I'm saying? You just saw the video. Definitely very close. And I'm always speaking about the cyber attacks. I've been in the computers for years and stuff like that, in that, in that realm, and just understanding how detrimental a cyber attack grid down scenario will be. And there's been many test runs. There was an issue maybe 2 weeks ago with CrowdStrike, where it affected Microsoft computers worldwide, and there was delays in airports and banks and different companies and stuff like that. And the rumor is, and let me get a precept, because our Lord Yahweh Shai told us about these wars. Okay, and rumors of war. So these are just rumors of cyber warfare. It hasn't went kinetic yet. It hasn't went live yet. And more than likely, it's going to be, American intelligence agencies, along with MI6 and the Mossad. They're going to actually, do these things and blame it on Iran, blame it on China, blame it on Russia. Matthew 24:6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." So you have these national security experts, these people within politics, that are coming out in front of Congress, coming out in front of the people, saying we're not ready for the things that are coming. We're not ready for cyber attacks. Okay, China, they're preparing to take back Taiwan. Russia is preparing to invade Ukraine, take over Western Ukraine, go into Poland, go down into Europe. Give me a second to sip some tea. So we're definitely in the time of war for sure. And this thing is getting ready to spark off on a whole nother level. And this is fair use as well. This is fair use. I invoke that act. Okay. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Because you have a lot of individuals that are very troubled in their mind, because they're watching what's going on. This is why they say ignorance is bliss, because the majority of the American people, I'm going to read some comments. The majority of the American people, they're in a state of ignorance. They're in a state of comfort. They're still, even though, economic decline and all that, people in America are still in a state of comfort. They're still in a state of nothing is going to happen. Okay, did I finish that? Let me just read that again. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all these things are culminating into the end. The cyber attack is going to be very detrimental. The World Economic Forum already told you that a comprehensive cyber attack would the C-19 will hell in comparison to a comprehensive cyber attack. I mean, it's going to shut down everything. It's going to shut down all systems, and everything is based upon the computer system. How do you get gas? How are you hired to go to a job? It's all through computers. Okay, through HR programs and putting you into the system and setting up this and setting up that. You get setting up your company laptop, setting up the shipping and receiving platform. How do goods get into docks? How do you go to the hospital? Everything's done through a computer. Nothing's done by pen and paper. When you go to the grocery store, the cashier doesn't write down doesn't have a calculator. The food doesn't have a handwritten prices on it. That's all done through a computer. Okay, so it's going to shut down their hospitals. It's going to shut down hospitals. Okay, these generators are going to come on, and then they're going to fail. These telecommunication systems are going to fail. Okay, these Wi-Fi systems are going to fail. Everything's going to fail. And there's going to be a state of darkness, a state of confusion here in America. Let me just read a couple of these comments. I'm not going to make this long. But our military is very prepared for your pronouns. How about this administration starts taking care of American citizens and Americans, military instead of everything else? Now that is an idea. Yeah, I mean, you would think that the American administration, the American government would take care of, their American citizens. But see, that's not the case. They're being exposed for the warmongers that they are. And these different policies that extract wealth from the American people and put them into really a third world state, okay, of poverty. Okay, and they fund wars. But see, the people don't understand is that America's always been doing this. They're just at the latter end, of the road. Because in order for you to enjoy that dollar coffee, okay, in order for you to enjoy those donuts, in order for you to enjoy that cheap meat, in order for you to enjoy, all the pleasures that you can obtain here in America, America had to go around the earth solidifying, natural resources by taking down nations and extracting their resources and then funneling it through American companies. And this is now why you have cheap coffee. Okay, this is why you're able to open up shops. This is why you're able to buy that car. Is because America went around the world bombing people. America went around the world taking people down. Okay, shipping off free, cheap labor to these other countries instead of having America produce it. Okay, it's been one big sham on the people, ultimately to bring you back to, what do you know? The MOTB, the mark of the you know what. That's what it all comes down to. And through all this chaos, this is what this man is getting ready to implement. Okay, give me a second. Soon, very soon, we are going to see the king. Soon, very soon, we are going to see the king. Yeah, and these Christians, but yeah, that person did not lie. Yeah, the king. Who is the king though? Yahweh Shai. Okay, because I believe this is a Christian network, right? But they hit a miss. They don't understand who let me get a scripture. What is that? Is it Amos 3 or 5? I'll get it mixed up all the time. I think it's bear with me. Right, there we go. Because you'll see these Christians on these comment boards, talking about Jesus is coming back, the King is coming, repent. Basically, desiring the day of the Lord, not taking this thing serious. Okay, which they don't know. We know. Okay, we know about. See, we're not ignorant of these different things that are happening. Just as we read in the scriptures, wars and rumors of wars. Be not afraid. Be not troubled. We're not troubled about these things. We understand that these things must come to pass. Okay, so when a cyber attack hits and they blame it on Iran, they blame it on Russia, they blame it on China, and they use that as an excuse to bring in more draconian policies to turn everything to digital. You're gonna receive digital money very soon. Okay, Federal Reserve notes, actual paper money is going to be, basically banned. Okay, you're gonna be forced to go into these wars. They're gonna use that. See, look what Iran did. They just won't stop. We got to go to war. And in that video, they said that conscription, okay, the draft is on the table, in which they already passed certain bills that were already passed to actually make that happen. That happened a couple months back. That was the talk of the town. America passing, I forget what defense act it was, but basically, to start the registering of individuals, I believe it's from like 18 to 26 or something like that, to be, put in the military. And this is all prophetic, okay? Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. See? To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. See? Yeah, it's going to be a very dark day, okay, when Yahushua comes back. Or even the different chaoses that are happening. That's all part of the day of the Lord. Approaching to that final climactic, okay, event, okay, which is World War III, as well as simultaneously Yahushua and the mighty angels coming back. These people, they don't know that. They think a white Christ is coming. He's gonna stop the war. He's gonna stop the war. He's gonna say, no, look, we need to get together. Everybody hug. You Iranians, you Americans hug each other. You Americans, you Russians hug each other, man. We're gonna no more war. I'm stopping all the war. I'm king. Nah, that's not what's gonna happen. Yahushua is coming to. We'll get that. Let's get that real quick. I believe that's Revelation 19. Yeah, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. For what end is it unto you? For the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Okay. So bear with me. Give me a second. Something is right. Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open. Say John is seeing this in a vision. Meaning Yahushua, let me just continue to read. And behold, a white horse. That white horse represents the chariot. Okay, the chariot that Yahushua is going to be in. Okay, he saw basically like a portal open, if you will. All right, in a great chariot that's going to come into this dimension, the fourth dimension meeting the third dimension. Okay, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. That's Yahushua, because all the words that were spoken of Yahushua are being fulfilled now, and he's going to come, okay, to make right, or to the Most High is sending him to basically fulfill the promise of deliverance and destruction, and in righteousness he does judge and make war. See, so there's nothing wrong with war. You can wage a righteous war, and that's basically what's getting ready to happen. A righteous war is getting ready to be waged in the midst of the heathens going all out, okay, in this Royal Rumble, World War III. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head and on his head were many crowns. See that? Many crowns. Why did he have many crowns on it? It's symbolic. He didn't really actually have, 20 crowns on his head. Nah, this means that he took down all the nations. Because he's coming to make war with the nations. Okay, this is the war in heaven. Okay, and he's going to be with the mighty angels as well. He's going to be in the fathership, the biggest ship. Okay, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself, which is it's really the same name. Because we didn't know the name at one point, now we know the name. Okay, and his clothes were, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. What is it? Isaiah 63. Who is this that come up with dyed garments from Basra? Okay, it's not meaning that he's going to actually, his clothes going to have blood on it. I mean, he's going to be doing a lot of destruction. He's going to be taking a lot of people out. Okay, it says, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. So we're done there. Let's go back to the comments. Highest military budget by far, yet still unprepared. Nobody is questioning where those money are going. Yeah, and the person is right. See, the American people, certain people are waking up. It doesn't make sense. How it is America has the largest military budget by far of all the nations combined. You have all the nations outside of America. If they combine their military budget yearly, year to year, America still spends more money than all the other nations put together. Okay, that's why America, they boast themselves having the greatest military. Okay, so if you have all that money, you spend all this money on military, on defense, why are you not prepared? How could you not be prepared? Okay. Let me read this. Let me go to and here it is. Your citizens, they're in poverty. They're eating fake ass foods. It's they're all messed up. Housing crisis, drug crisis, and here you spending trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars. Where's the fuck is this money going? And you're unprepared. Why are you unprepared? You should be the most prepared nation. You have missile defense systems everywhere. You should do this. You should do that. But they keep gaslighting the people and telling them that something's coming. CIA, ex-CIA director, ex-FBI director, ex-this, ex-that talks about how Russia, they're planning to do this great attack. How you have Hamas assets in America, Hezbollah assets, Iranian assets in America. They're planning something big. They're gonna do a comprehensive cyber attack. They're gonna do this, and because America is in on it. This is what they want to happen, to give excuse to bring down that wrath. Okay, to implement their NWO. This is what the elites are doing. The elites control America. Okay, Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Right, America. They spend all this money on defense. They have all these resources. They have all these weapons. Okay, and they go around and beating down all the nations. And within this year, you just had two American coup operations fail. Okay, and they were ousted. Okay, you have, I believe that was the Democratic Republic of Congo. That was earlier this year. There was a failed coup. You had CIA assets that got captured. Okay, agents. All right, and who knows what they did? They probably put them to death. All right, and then you just have this failed coup in Venezuela with those the elections. Nicolas Maduro, he won again. Okay, and America basically tried to fester up another coup to bring them down. Why? To take their resource. And this is what America has done. This is part of America being that hammer. So here it is. They were able to do all these things for so many years, but now it's all coming down to an end. It's they're being broken. Their witchcraft is not working, as it tells you in Isaiah the 47th chapter. How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? See, because at the latter end of all these things is America completely being destroyed, completely being wiped out. This is what everything is culminating to. This is what everything is festering up to. And these individuals, they're all insiders. They're, you know, maybe some of them are you at this point they're all insiders, to be honest, to be true. Okay, but they come up in front of the American people and they put on an act. They put on an act like they don't know what's going on, or they're trying to help the American people. And basically, this is just what do they call it? Where, you know, they pretty much they give the script out and they run the story. So this story is being ran on pretty much all these major outlets. Like if you see over here to the right, let's click on it. Fair use. And there's so many. It's there. America sending forces to the Middle East. You see what I'm saying? The tensions are rising with Iran. This thing's getting ready to, it's really getting ready to pop off. But this is what they're doing. They're frightening. See, look, frightening.
Welcome back. Presumptive Democrat nominee Kamala Harris's foreign policy record only offers hints of how she may handle the China threat if elected president. The Wall Street Journal writing, quote, over almost 8 years as a senator and vice president, Harris has offered only fleeting glimpses of how she would put her mark on America's tense relationship with China. As president, China strategy is among the big questions about Harris's foreign policy priorities as she races into a general election against former President Trump, whose vows to step up trade pressure on Beijing are hallmark of his campaign. Joining me now is Gatestone Institute senior
And
fellow
then just real quick, you got this shit show here in America, this idiocracy.
Coming collapse of China, and China is going to war. Gordon Chang. Gordon, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. What is your sense of Kamala Harris's approach to China?
Well, we only have fleeting glimpses because she's not really that interested. We know that from Seymour Hersh's reporting that she ordered the Office of the Director of National Intelligence not to deliver to her the president's daily brief. That's the morning intelligence briefing that the president gets every single morning.
Why did she say don't deliver it? I don't understand.
Because I guess she's just not that interested in it.
Wow.
Which means that if she's going to get that 3 a.m. proverbial call, the one of a crisis someplace in the world, she's not going to know how to answer it. I mean, she has been just mouthing talking points.
And you see how what the elites just did. And this dude's a husk. The elder Gas said, this dude's just a husk. Who knows if this even the right guy? Is Biden? Is he even alive? Is this a fucking a clone? Who fucking knows? But you see how they switched it up. Now they're pushing her. Now the hot topic is Kamala Harris. Okay, and the right are even more divided because they think that she's the black woman, a woman of color. Okay, well she's a Elamite, or she's an Edomite, and I believe her mother is Elam. Okay.
Points for a 3 a.m. call. And by the way, there will be a 3 a.m. call early in her presidency because China almost always tests a new American president.
Interesting that they would test her. How would they test her? I mean, today marks the 96th anniversary of China's People Liberation Army. They're celebrating there in Beijing. Chinese President Xi Jinping is calling to build a stronger border, stronger sea and air defenses to protect the country's sovereignty.
You see that? You see these Chinese, man? You see these Chinese? They don't look like they fucking around. Okay, they getting ready to go to war. I was reading this earlier. Let me go to it. Joel, I'm gonna get ready to Joel the 3rd chapter. Okay, the Chinese, they ain't playing around, man. They preparing to take back Taiwan, to go to war with America, and they linking up with Russia.
And you say
Look
he's
at him.
really calling to seize territory that he thinks is China's, like Taiwan and parts of Philippines. Tell us about that.
Well, no country challenges China's recognized borders. So when he says that his borders are under threat, what he's really talking about are the borders that nobody else recognizes, like his claim to 85% of the South China Sea as blue national soil, his claim to Taiwan, his claim to Japanese islands, his claim to large parts of northern India, including the entire province of Arunachal Pradesh. So really, this is a guy who believes that China should be much larger than it is today. And by the way, for all this century, he has been repeating these Tianxia themes, all under heaven, which means that China is the world's only legitimate ruler. And since 2017, Chinese officials have been talking about the moon and Mars.
And as we read in Revelation 19, the Lord, he's gonna smite Moab as well. He's gonna smite the corners of Moab, right? But as we read in Revelation 19, how he's come to make war, and on his head he had many crowns. He's gonna take the crown off of the Moabites as well. Okay, because they think that they're gonna rule next. Russia thinks they're gonna rule next. Iran thinks they're gonna be. They believe that it's gonna be a multipolar world, meaning there's gonna be many rulers. No. There's only gonna be one ruler. Okay, one nation is gonna be in power, and that's the nation of Yasha'Allah under Yahweh Shai. All right, and you're gonna have kings on the earth. Okay, the elect, the 144,000 as well as the rest of the elect.
Is sovereign Chinese territory. So that's what Xi Jinping is talking about when he says we got to protect our borders. He's talking about a borderless world, which is all Chinese.
You know, it's interesting because China has been so focused on their military. I mean, today, the anniversary of the PLA, and that's why they're celebrating. And that's why they've done so well.
You see that? They've been focused on their military. So we're done there. Let me just end it off here in Joel, which just goes to show you that prophecy is taking place. Okay? Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. See? Prepare war. So why she just said let's bring that back.
Our borders. He's talking about a borderless world, which is all Chinese.
You know, it's interesting because China has been so focused on their military. I mean, today, the anniversary of the PLA.
You see that? China has been so focused on their military. This is all prophecy. Prepare war. The Most High is basically proclaim this amongst the Gentiles, you know, by having the angels work on their minds to fulfill his will. Okay, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Take up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near. This is why Iran, they're preparing for war. This is why China's preparing for war. This is why North Korea is preparing for war. This is why Russia is preparing for war. What is America doing? Okay, America, that land of unwalled villages that dwelleth carelessly, they're not preparing for. Everybody want to be a goddamn influencer. The men are sodomites. The women are completely out of control. You can't control these women. Complete whores. Okay, the children are weird. You know, they're GMO'd out. Oh, and you got all these people that they got that Maxine in them, bugging the hell out. Okay, on drugs. Shit, I would say half of the American population, if not 67%, are on at least some type of prescription drug to keep their ass, you know, from dying or going crazy. Some type of psychiatric, some type of kidney medicine, high blood pressure medicine. Okay, some type of medicine for pain. Okay, when all that shit, and a lot of your medicine, a lot of your so-called pharmaceuticals, they come from China and India. So when there's those blockades, it's gonna be medicine, you know, prescription drug shortages. So that's going to add to the, you know, the hell that's coming here. That's going to add to the affliction, okay, that's coming to America. The sorrow that's coming to America. All right, these people are going to be dying because they don't have, you know, so-called medical aid, and they don't know about the herbs. Neither do they know foraging. Neither will the Most High heal them. Okay, so let all the men of war draw near. This is why all these nations are preparing. Why? Well, America. Where's the other video? I don't think I want to click on it, but let me see.
The heads of the Commission on the National...
America is sending troops. Hold on. Let me see this. America sending troops. Look at this. I'm not going to, you know, they be tripping. But Biden administration to move additional military assets to help defend Israel. White House announces new military deployment. This is an hour ago. Okay. The hot topic is America is sending more troops. Preparing for 13 days ago, preparing for war, China, Russia, and North Korea. See? Preparing for war against China, Russia, and North Korea. Okay, 60 Minutes, Australia. See? U.S. carries out strike in Iraq amid Middle East tension. So America is still striking, you know, Middle East targets. Okay, amidst all the tension. The tension is going to boil up. There's only so much that you can do. And this is why the state of Israel keeps probing at, all right, them Iranians, them Elamites, and them Ishmaelites. Because they want to draw in a war. They believe they're going to be able to control the war. And through this war, through all this chaos, they're going to be able to bring in their digital solution. Because guess what? Iran, they have CBDCs. Iraq is going to have a CBDC. All these nations are going to adopt a CBDC. Okay, a CBDC system. They've already went through. All these nations have already went through their pilot programs. Okay, so it's pretty much on. It's pretty much on the books. So now they just need a major crisis to shift everything to that system. And this is the perfect scapegoat. Okay, you're gonna have a whole bunch of death. You're gonna have all type of confusion. The people are gonna be discombobulated. There's gonna be a lot of perplexity, lack of resources. Right. The people are not gonna be in their right mind. Famine. So this is the perfect solution to bring in a digital way out. Okay, and you're gonna have to put that under your skin. So all these nations are preparing for war. That's the spirit that's in the earth. Okay. Let me finish this. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Right? Because North Korea, America's not going into North Korea. And they just signed a pact with Russia, a comprehensive military alliance pact. If any of those nations get attacked, the other nations are going to come to their aid immediately. So if America tries to fuck with North Korea, Russia's going to come to their aid immediately. Okay, which gives reminiscence of Russia being a guard unto these smaller nations, smaller guard to Iran, guard to Turkey, a guard to these African nations, Ethiopia, Libya. Okay. Assemble yourselves. Oh, and when it talks about the plowshares and the pruning hook, those are all tools of agriculture. So instead of building up your agriculture and your infrastructure and making sure your people are, nice and fed well and happy, you're putting all your money into military. Okay, the military budget. You're building up, killing instruments, because that's the spirit that's in the earth. This is the spirit that the Heavenly Father wants. Okay, and it's all basically bubbling up right now. Okay, we're at that point where it's speaking, and it's gonna come suddenly, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be in draft. There's gonna be cyber attack. It's gonna shut shit down. It's gonna be a crazy but beautiful time, and we're gonna be like, hey, weren't we just telling you about this? Bear with me. Hey man, and hey, if it came today, we wanted to come tomorrow. I mean, yesterday, excuse me. That's how we feel about it. Assemble yourselves and come all you heathen. And guess what? They're all heathen nations. All these nations are heathen nations. See? These Iranians, these Africans, the Edomites, okay? The Ishmaelites, okay, the Moabites, the Ammonites, okay? Give me a second. Okay. It says, yeah, let all the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means Yahweh Shaphat, meaning judgment, Shaphat meaning judgment. And that's in the so-called Middle East, West Asia. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. The Most High is bringing all these nations to judge they ass. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. It's ready. Everything is ready. The altar is ready. The sacrifices is ready. They're nice and fat and plump. Okay, everything is ready. There's nothing that is lacking right now. Okay, everything is running smoothly. Everything is moving in haste. Okay, and it's gonna come sudden. It's not gonna come suddenly for us. We're already prepared mentally, or I should say spiritually. We're already spiritually anticipating these things. Okay, we are the watchmen. Okay, and what do? We constantly watch to see what the Heavenly Father is going to say unto us. Okay, I'm gonna close it there until next time. Shalom to the elect.